Integrating technology into your teaching. Assignment 4. Classroom or learning management systems. So classroom management system or learning management system is kind of like Moodle, a little bit like Google Classroom. I'm going to use that as one of them. But it's basically a way that you can put online quizzes, online assignments. It's just a system to use to manage anything that you want to do electronically with your students. I'm going to look at 3 of them today. I'm going to look at Google Classroom, Haiku Learning, and Edmodo. If you've ever taken a class through the ISD, they often use Moodle. And Moodle has its benefits, but it's not one of my favorite things to use, so I'm not going to go over it. Okay, so Google Classroom. Obviously, if you're taking this class, you're somewhat familiar with Google Classroom because that's how you access this class. It's free. Obviously, it integrates nicely with Google Docs. It's constantly updating with improvements, so people are writing in and telling Google it would be nice if it had this feature or that feature, and they are slowly adding those changes. Google honestly did not expect the reaction to Google Classroom that they got. I think it took them by surprise. More people wanted to use Google Classroom than they anticipated, and they weren't aware of all the things that people were expecting from it. So they are working to make those adjustments. As of this date, it does not have online quizzes, nor does it let you set a date for when an assignment becomes live or becomes active for the kids. I'm guessing that those features will be added soon. There's ways to get around it not having online quizzes. You can do a Google form and do it like that. And you can save drafts now in Google Classroom. But you actually have to physically make an assignment live when you're ready for students to see it. So Google Classroom, if you've never played around with it, you just go to classroom.google.com, and if you look in your email and you go to your 3x3 waffle, chances are if you click on more, and now it's not working, my computer's thinking right now. Oops, it went somewhere else. I'm going to go back. So I'm going to go to there. I'm going to go to more. And just below even more from Google, I have my Google Classroom app. So I'm just going to click it right here. These are the classes I have. To create a class, you just go, you hit the plus, you hit either join or create. I'm going to call this one, actually I'm going to create your class, integrating technology into your teaching. I say create. Takes just a moment because it's actually creating it. Ooh, that's a little creepy. So you can select the theme or upload your own photo. So I'm just going to pick. They have all these different things here. I just find those robots a little creepy. Okay, so select the class theme. Alright. Down here, that is the code that students can use to join this class. They will give you a tour if you want. To put an announcement, you just start typing. Welcome to and under the announcement, you can attach a document, you can attach a YouTube video, a link, or there's a file. You can send an announcement to multiple classes at once, and you can just hit post, or you can save it as a draft. It's up to you. To do an assignment, again, you just type that in. Oh, I don't want a video right now. I just want something from Google Drive. Integrating Tech Assignment 1 is the one I'm looking for. I want every student to have their own copy because you will be typing in there. And my due date, I'm going to make it August 21st. Assign. And that's it. The first one is done. So that's Google Classroom. You can share class with another teacher, so you can have multiple teachers. If I go to the left here, that's my home. Those are all my classes. TMS Staff Enlightenment. I was added as a teacher along with Al Schmidt and Rick Hilderly. If I go to Intro to Google Apps for Education, I added Al Schmidt as a class. And the way you do that is, I believe it's under the About. You can invite a teacher right there. So that is Google Classroom. Okay. The other classroom management learning system I'm going to talk about is one called Haiku Learning. It's free. I find it to be one of the most intuitive pieces of software. It's just easy to use. It's similar to Moodle, but much easier to use, and it's much prettier to look at. It allows you to set up classes, quizzes that involve true, false, multiple choice, matching, and fill in the blank, and it will grade those for you. You can also do short answer and extended essays. So let me go to Haiku Learning. So if I go to haikulearning.com, it looks like this. So you just say, you can watch the quick intro or get started. Okay. And it's very, very simple to use. So I'm already, let me go to sign in. I should already be in there. You can also log in with your Google account. There's my classes. Let me go back to my classes. Okay, we did a recovery class. This was one I set up for history. Last year I just renamed it. They also give you little tips of the day and a haiku of the day. To add a new class, you just go plus new class and you enter in information. So I'm going to go to my classes. I'm going to go to history, just so you can see some of the stuff that's in here. So these, every time you add something, like an assignment or a quiz, it's called a content block. And I'm going to get rid of this one called sounds. So under manage block, I'm just going to delete it. Okay. And if I want to add one, I can say add content block, and then I decide, what do I want to add? Do I want to add text? Do I want to attach files, images, audio, video, and so on? Do I want to add something on the calendar, or do I want to add an assessment of some sort? You can also do, they have quick polls on here, they have discussion pages for the class to communicate. You can have a little wiki project that kids can collaborate on. So I'm going to go to assessment because I know I have assessments. New assessment, and then you can create it. It can be an exam. You can't retry on wrong answers on an exam. There is no immediate feedback. I most often used practice, because you can retry a question if you get it wrong multiple times. But the only problem with practice is you are not allowed to use essay questions. And we're going to call this sample quiz. And you can say how many points you want. Next. And how many times you can take it, unlimited, time limit, how many attempts they get per question, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, they can get only points on the first attempt, or they can get partial points. Okay, you can randomize the questions or randomize the answers. Restricted means they can't get into other websites during that time. And now I just start adding the questions, and I can add in a fill in the blank, matching, multiple choice, true or false. So if I just do true or false, Haiku Learning is a classroom management system. So some people call them learning management systems, some people call them classroom management systems, and look at all the things you can do with your questions. You can add images, you can add equations. It's pretty slick, and then you have to say which one is true. Okay, it's true, false, how much you want to weight it, and you can finish and add another or just finish. Okay. Alright, so manage assessment. I can publish it, make it live, okay, finish, and I can choose where to put it. So I can put it on my history class, and I can say where to put it. Okay, I can put it over in the side. There's a lot of different places I can put this quiz. And let's say I do this. Okay, I'm going to go back to my classes. I'm going to go, okay, right now, see the sample quiz is there, but let's say I don't want it there, I want it down here. I just drag it. So I absolutely loved Haiku Learning because I had a lot of control over what the page looked like and what order the kids saw things in. So I could get rid of stuff that I thought was cluttering up the page. So that's called Haiku Learning. And again, with any of these, I would start small. I would not put everything in there at once. I would start small, get comfortable with it, and then if you like it, keep moving on and keep adding content. Okay, and finally, Edmodo. Edmodo is also free, just like Haiku. It also has premium features that you can learn about. Actually, let me go back really quick to Haiku Learning. This was the other thing I loved about Haiku Learning. Under the help section, they have a walkthrough, and then they have this knowledge base. They have some of the best learning videos to help you figure out how to get around in Haiku Learning. It's just really well done little videos and help documents to get you going in Haiku. So that was another bonus of Haiku Learning, was the helps feature. Okay, back to Edmodo. Edmodo looks like Facebook. And yeah, I know the kids are not into Facebook anymore. It's just for us old folks. Also similar to Moodle, but again, easier to use. Allows you to set up classes, quizzes, true, false, multiple choice, and so on. It works like a Facebook feed, so the most recent thing you put in is at the top, and it just keeps building that way. It also has a new feature called Edmodo Snapshot, which is a tool that lets you quickly assess where your kids are in terms of Common Core state standards. So let me show you real quick what Edmodo looks like. I'm going to hit home. So right now, if I just go to my first hour history class, I was doing these constitutional dilemmas with the students where they had to act like lawyers, and I posted it to all the hours, and they had 2 questions on there they had to answer, the correct answer and then where they found it. So if I go to question 1, you can look at, oops, that tells me how all the kids did on that question. I'm actually trying to get to where I can see what the question looked like. Oh, right there. Constitutional dilemma number 8. Hopefully. No, that's not quiz options. I go to print quiz, it shows me what the question was and if I wanted to print it out as a hard copy. So Edmodo I don't think is as easy to use as Haiku Learning, but it does offer that snapshot and it does have a few more connectivity features that are pretty cool to use. It's got a planner. Okay, you can type in what you want to do every day. Okay, let me go back. It's got the snapshot, which is the Common Core State Standard. It has a store. I'm really not sure what that is. And if you look, I have not been on Edmodo in a few years. So because I found Haiku Learning and I like that better. When I did use it, I was using it for, I could give my exams. I did an in-service one time at the ISD to show other teachers how it worked. Let's see, you can give a quiz really quick. You can create a quiz. You can load it from your collection. So multiple choice, true, false, short answer, fill in the blank, or matching. You can add that question. You just type it in. There's your question. What is 12 times 12? Response A is correct, 144. B would be incorrect, 124. Okay, you can add more responses, or you can add another question. Boom, there goes the next one. So now that's how you add a quiz. It's pretty easy. And then you assign it. Oh, let me get rid of this question. Remove question. You assign the quiz. Okay, it's untitled. I can give a due date. I can add a time for when it gets posted. So that's a nice feature. Okay. And again, I would strongly recommend using just a little bit at a time, just slowly starting to incorporate one of these learning management systems if you like them into your classroom. Maybe give a quiz, do a quick poll, something along those lines. And then if you feel like it's something your students are responding well to and you feel like it's something you can maintain and use, then by all means stay with it. In terms of help features, Edmodo does have, that's the snapshot thing, if you go to, they have self-guided training and they do have video tutorials. So, alright, that is Edmodo. Okay, so your objective for this was to be able to find a way you could possibly use this in one of your classrooms. So Google Classroom, Haiku Learning, or Edmodo.